I love that music. Welcome to Dub Nation, the official show of the Utah Warriors of Major League Rugby. I am Jarom Jordan alongside Banksy. We are happy to announce the broadcast partners for the 2022 season. Banksy, this year fans can now watch the Warriors matches on KMYU or KJazz. Listen live, of course, on ESPN 700 and or ESPN 960, and stream the matches on KSLSports.com. No other team in the league has a broadcast deal like this one.
It's amazing to have all of these different opportunities so that fans can either check out our sport from wherever they are around the world, but also right here, no matter where you go. If you got to be in your car and you're away from the game, you can flip us on the radio. If you're streaming on your phone, there's all kinds of access to Dub Nation, and we're super pumped for it.
We are live on the Utah Warriors Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. Subscribe to the podcast version on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And, of course, send in questions and comments if you have them. By the way, starting tonight, we are weekly through June when the Utah Warriors win the MLR Championship Shield. So let's go.
So it has been spoken. So let it be done, Jarom Jordan, from your mouth to God's ears. If the rugby gods are listening, it will happen. I know. Look, I was able to be with some of the team during Media Day this past week, and they really all have that chip on their shoulder. Unfinished business was the word that kept getting thrown around. So it starts now.
I love it. Okay, here's what's on the show rundown. Loaded. We're going to reveal the 2022 jerseys. If you haven't already seen them, the head coach, the MLR coach of the year, Shawn Pittman, will join the program. El Capitan, Bailey Wilson, will be on this show as well, and MLR news and notes, including the newest member of Dub Nation. But we begin with some jerseys, baby, and you can get them today.
It is awesome. The Warriors team store has added tons of new 2022 gear that is out right now, including, and you can see the little logo right at the top, a special 5-year commemorative patch that is going to be on a lot of the hats, a lot of the jerseys and stuff that is available to honor the 5th year of the Utah Warriors and Major League Rugby. Again, the classic black for the home jersey. Absolutely love it, with the stripes that you've come to know and love representing the 4 pillars of the Utah Warriors, as wonderfully modeled there by Big Chad Goff. And then Cliven Lobster there in the second strip, the away strip, the red with the black hoops. I love that on the 5th year, it's kind of that classic hooped rugby logo with a little slight modern twist. You can see the ghost shadows on the black jersey, and then that colorway on the red jersey with that gradient coloring from bottom to top. Just looks so sharp.
I think it's great too. I love it. And of course, we love the stripes that represent, the values of the Utah Warriors. And yes, I love what you said, which is like the traditional jersey, the ghost stripe, which is cool, which is kind of new this year. And of course, the 5-year patch, one of the OGs, the Utah Warriors, one of those 7 teams from 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been 5 years, by the way, which is crazy.
What a fun 5 years it's been.
It's been amazing. And last year was the best year yet, and this will be even better, which is going to be awesome.
If you want to get your hands on any of that kit and be ready to go, by the way, shop.warriorsrugby.com. It is all live now. You'll see it on Instagram. You'll see it on Facebook. They're sharing out as much of this kit as we can with some of the best-looking rugby players on the planet, and, a cameo from Saya Uhila as well.
Listen, Saya's in like tip-top shape right now, so I wouldn't mess with Saya right now. Mid-season might be a little tired, whatever. Right now, dude, that guy is pulling some serious weight in the weight room. Okay, and make sure you purchase your season tickets today. You can go to warriorsrugby.com, get all the info, because you don't want to miss any of this. Call 801-477-7652. That's 801-477-7652. Get your season tickets. Come see Bailey Wilson sky high up and over Connor Cook when they play Rugby ATL this year in Harriman. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's welcome to the program the first of 2 guests on this special Media Day edition. They had Media Day with the guys Monday. It's our Media Day edition with Shawn Pittman, the head coach of the Utah Warriors, the head coach that won Major League Rugby Coach of the Year. Shawn Pittman, welcome back to Dub Nation. I cannot believe we're 10 days away from the start of the season. It's great to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm quite shocked that it's come so quickly.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing, but I'm just shocked it's come so quickly. I just feel like, a couple of months ago we're in the semifinal in LA. So it's just
it was just a couple of months ago, and then all of the national teamwork that got put in. I think you maybe got 10 days off before you got back into preseason.
Yeah, it was a bit tough. It was rough, but I really enjoyed my time with the US with the national team. So it's always good.
What's the best book behind you?
The best book behind me. I'm gonna be honest. This side, you just kind of read once. I'm more of like a fantasy person. So
Nice.
there's some like over here. There's like Lord of the Rings. Big big Neil fan. If anybody wants to dive deep into that, that's some good stuff there.
Okay, I like that. Are you excited for the Amazon TV show this September, Lord of the Rings?
I think that will be a
Look,
massive hit.
There's not much that you can see the excitement on Coach's face until you say that. Like,
it's gonna be so
usually
good.
you're
Yeah.
so stoic and calm, and all of a sudden, Lord of the Rings TV show, and the eyes get real big.
Yeah.
My precious.
I'm in.
Gosh, I'm a bit of a like, I love the fantasy stuff, and yeah, big into anime as well. So it's good. It's good. Anything like that,
So,
I'm into it.
let's jump right into it. I think, and I saw a picture from Ali Khalifi, Tuvere Bungakoto, was he the last international player that we were waiting for? And showed up. Do we have all the guys in-house now as we get ready for the first scrimmage of the year this weekend?
Yeah, we're still waiting on one. But other than that, like, that's our core group of guys are together, the roster of 37 guys. So it's good. We're excited, and I mean, we're looking forward to it. So it was nice to have him in, throwing some balls in the line out. So it's gonna be great.
What's that transition like as you get the international guys as soon as you could, with COVID and everything, it's different borders, different rules, different whatever, to try and get a team. The challenge for you is to get this team to buy in, and then understand the plays, and then boom, you got a scrimmage, and practice, and then you're going to go play San Diego coming up on February 6th. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's come quick, but it's been good. I think we've done a good job of over the last 3 weeks, and this being our 4th week of preseason, and San Diego, it's going to be fun. San Diego will be a really good challenge, really good initial challenge, especially with they've improved from last year, and the people that they've signed, everything like that. So it's going to be good.
Now, having been around the boys for a little bit this week, the term that keeps being thrown around is unfinished business. And you can tell from the guys that were here last year to some of even the new faces that are already catching that vibe. There's a different attitude among this team this year as we head into week 1. Talk about how it feels in the locker room with the guys getting ready, and kind of that bitter taste being really, 90 seconds away from being able to play in a grand final.
No, yeah, 90. Yeah, it was 90 seconds away from playing in the grand final. Yeah, I think it's. I think the big thing for us is, and I'm trying to stress it to the boys, is like they want it. They've definitely won it, but we got to think week by week. I mean, that's the important thing for us is, we focused on this preseason as much as possible. Like, hey, these 4 weeks are super important for us. Now, hey, we'll think about the next block, these next 3 games. We'll have our bye week, think about our next set of games, and then our bye week again, then our next set of games after that. And if we end up in the playoffs, we end up in the playoffs. But we have to do like the really hard graft in the preseason and every block through, or every week throughout the season to even get there. So the boys want it. There's no doubt that they think they can get there and stuff like that. But we have to really work for it. And I think, with these group of guys, they grind all the time and graft. And I'm just looking forward to where we end up this year again.
We're talking to Shawn Pittman, head coach of the Utah Warriors rugby team. What's similar to last year's team, and what's different about this group?
There's a lot more. There's more new faces than I think have been in years past, and that's just the cycle in the MLR. The cycle of what it is with roster changeovers and stuff like that. Things that are similar is we're just having fun. We just want to enjoy ourselves. We want to have an attack-oriented team that plays an attractive brand of rugby and a strong set piece. And we're trying to build our defensive systems and structures to allow us to win those games at the end against difficult teams like LA.
So when you talk about some of those new pieces, obviously, there's a lot of great skill across the board. Who are you most excited to see get their first run out that's a new addition to the team that you think could make a difference?
Ooh. There's a couple. I'm pretty excited about Caleb McInerney. Excited for him. Excited for Jamie Lane. Gosh, there's a good group of guys that are new that are going to make a pretty big impact, and even the guys that have come through with the selects like Tomasi Tonga, guys like that, Opeti, who are on the fringe of the squad and stuff like that, but they're developing so quick, and they're from the Utah area, and they that's the backbone of who we are. So we want to pay homage to the Utah community, but those boys are very much deserve to be there. We got a good crew, and then when you think about Niall Saunders as well, like it's going to be good. We have a good core group of guys that came back from last year, and then adding the sprinkle of these guys is going to be really good for us.
Some legit quads there on Niles. Niall, that was awesome.
And he's quick. He's fast at training. He's been in training for a couple of days now, and he's lightning, like fast. His accelerations is great.
Can't wait to see it, because that's one of the question marks with this group is, all right, what's Scrum Half going to look like right after losing the two from last year? Let's talk about Robbie Abel. I know he was getting into town soon, or is he arriving soon? Is he in town?
Yeah, so he'll be arriving pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited to work with him. He's just good. He's a good dude. We've had a lot of conversations over the last couple of weeks, and we're just waiting on the final details for his visa. He's mostly, if not all, approved, and he's just getting his family together, and he's heading over as soon as possible. I think he's even itching more than I am for him to be here. Like he's pretty excited about it all, and we're myself, Matt, Shawn, Jen, Colby, Brandon, like Josh, we're all excited to work with him and get him here as soon as possible.
When you get a guy that's played that much Super Rugby, his time with the New Zealand Māori, and the history that he has, as much as that, to be a full staff, to be able to take some of that responsibility off of your plate and focus on the whole picture has got to be exciting, not just to mention the team, but your coaching staff to be complete finally has got to be a real optimistic thing to look forward to.
It's awesome. So it's not just Shawn and myself scrapping throughout the season and trying to get through it with the limited time that we have.
We love Sparksy, but he's done a great job filling in where he can. But I think this is a really exciting thing for Warriors fans to look forward to. And I don't know if it's been publicized that much for a lot of people that don't know. Robbie Abel coming over from New Zealand as a coach and the primary forwards coach, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, primary forwards coach, breakdown coach, and we're excited about it because it's a change of knowledge from coming from Shawn's background, my background, and now we have someone else's background that can affect and change the way that we hopefully will play.
It's awesome. We're talking to Shawn Pittman, head coach of the Utah Warriors. Are you a coach that strategically caters players to a system or a system to players?
If you look to it, we've the last 2 years, Shawn and myself sat down with the group of players that we had last year and what style that we wanted to coach. And I think, we've talked to Brandon about it, and he went out and sourced some players that fits the style that we want to play and what we want to be known as the Utah Warriors, with that attractive brand of rugby that, people are going to enjoy coming to a game and seeing 4 to 5 tries a game. We want that because, that fills stadiums. So, we've found players that kind of fit our system. But the big thing with Shawn and myself is there might be a player that kind of doesn't fit, but he still has a home because they have something special about them. I think that's the big thing that we sometimes as coaches get lost is each individual has something really special about them, very unique. And that makes them, a superstar or sets them above someone else in some aspect. And we have to cater towards that athlete.
I really feel like in your system, Coach, you have done a great job of finding not similar players, but complementary players. Mm-hmm. Where when you look at, especially in the forwards where you've got two and then somebody like Chad, who are both very dynamic players in their own right, but have definite different strengths and weaknesses, even to the tight head side, just to the right of them in the front row. When you look at, having Big Paulie and Gus in there, the versatility that you have in the back three, you have all of these guys that complement each other so well. And the system that you've built creates a space for these guys to play in so well. I mean, we saw the highlights that Billy put up there from that Houston game, where we run up 50 points on those guys and have a great matchup there. How are the new guys taking the lead from those guys that have been in the system to fall into it? Obviously, with Caleb and Jamie, you've got guys that are used to playing that expansive type of rugby. How are the new guys settling into it, and how quickly are they taking to the culture and the system that you've got?
Oh, the system's easy. I mean, that's those guys, the guys coming over, they just want to play rugby and want to play some fast, fun rugby. So that's what we do. Even with Niall, coming from the Harlequins, that's what they did. So, that's the same thing for, we just want to have fun playing rugby. And
your system gives them the space to be creative, is what it feels like when we set up in the box. Like, there's obviously structure there, but it lets these guys be creative and open, and it's exciting to see. As a player, it's got to be exciting to play in.
Yeah, no, of course. And it's fun. And, and culturally, everybody that we brought in fits in very well. We've done our due diligence, and everybody that's come is going to add something. They're not just going to come and be here. They're going to actually positively affect our culture. And I think we're going to have a good time.
It's early, but who's the strongest player on the team and who's the fastest?
Strongest player on the team. Gosh. I think Cliven is the fastest. I think Cliven might be the fastest. Strongest. Oh gosh. When you walk into the gym and see some of the big boys chucking tin around, and you see like bunch of 45s, like four 45s on each side.
Plates.
Yeah. There's a group of like 5 guys that are in that group. It's Angus, Paul, Franco. Chad's ridiculously strong. Chad Goff. He's probably one of the stronger guys. Yeah. Chad probably fit in that boat. Gosh, we got some big boys.
Tip of the hat to Maddie, by the way, as well for that. I got the chance to talk to Elijah on media day. The physical transformation of that guy from being a very large but dynamic American football player to having a rugby frame now to be able to play ball in, whatever you guys are doing and feeding your kids, holy cow, is it working?
Man, Matt does a good job. He's I would argue with anybody to say he's one of the the better S&C coaches in the MLR and currently in the States.
So 10 days to go before the opener. What are you really confident about right now, and what are you working on to make sure you're good to go on February 6th?
Gosh, we're always working on everything. We're confident. We're confident with our rugby, our ad lib rugby, our chaos stuff. We're good at that. That's our bread and butter. Putting more structure on stuff, so that everybody knows their roles, defensively and on attack, and some of the nuances that we've adjusted this year in regards of both sides of the ball. So yeah, we're our tactical stuff. We're still building, and so feel confident in the rugby that we've been playing. Still improving in some of the areas of our tactical game.
Okay, well, awesome. Shawn, we appreciate the time, man. And we look forward to the season opener at San Diego, a couple games on the road, and then you'll be back home for the home opener before we know it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Okay, thanks, Shawn. Shawn Pittman, the head coach of the Utah Warriors, joining us here on Dub Nation. Sounds like the guys are ready to go. It sounds like we could play a game today and be confident, because he said, we're confident in our chaos rugby. If the systems aren't necessarily super tight at the beginning with a lot of new guys, chaos rugby can win you a couple matches before you get ready.
The term we always use is win ugly, right? Sometimes you just got to do the bad things a little bit worse than the other guy does to get those games. I feel like this team is going to be okay inside the 22. This team is going to be really great when things break down and get scrappy and get deconstructed a little bit. But where do they play in that middle third, technically and tactically? We don't know who this team is going to be yet. There's too many new pieces in there and too many things that have changed yet that we have to see how that develops, especially with, the fly half position opening up now and how that back three shapes out with what looks like maybe a dual playmaker role, or is it a more traditional back three? We've got the size, we've got the pace, they've got the creativity. It's just, what is that going to look like with the ball in hand when the tactical side of the game, when the real mental side of the game, the chess match of the back and forth in that middle third of the pitch happens. I'm excited for what these guys put together. Coach Pittman has forgotten more about rugby than I'll ever know. So I'm putting it in his hands.
Yeah,
I'm trusting Coach.
When you got the MLR Coach of the Year and Player of the Year, you can be confident that things should be good and hopefully quickly, right? With a new group. But our thanks to Shawn Pittman. Coming up, we'll talk to Bailey Wilson in just a moment. But first, there are opportunities to see this team in a variety of ways, Banksy.
Dub Nation has the best home field advantage in all of Major League Rugby. And if you are not in a position where season tickets are your thing, we've got flex packages available with as many as 4 home games for as low as $52 a pop. So make sure you call 801-477-7652. That's 801-477-7652. Check out the flex packages, talk to our ticket team, and make sure you're there for the games you can be with those flex packages, Dub Nation, and get in the stands at Zions Bank Stadium.
Okay, let's bring in the captain. Let's go. Bailey Wilson. Bailey Wilson, the team captain, now joins us on Dub Nation. Welcome to the program, mate.
Jarom, Banksy, thanks for having me, guys. Excited to be on here.
Let's go, baby. We're stoked. We're 10 days out. How's training going? How's life right now as we get ready for another season?
Yeah, preseason's been going really well so far. We've got a great core group of individual guys. And as the internationals have been trickling in, each session's just been picking up in quality. So, yeah, we're just real buzzing and excited and looking forward to the 6th of February where we get to take on San Diego.
So as one of the leaders of this team, I got to see you Monday, and where normally when I see you on game day, you're very stoic and very focused. There was a smile, there was a pep in your step, seeing all the guys around and the energy in the locker room. Talk about that energy with the guys and the excitement that's there with this new crew, but a very solid core nucleus of players for the Warriors.
Yeah, look, all the boys are super excited. We're just stoked to get underway with this season. I think the preseason's, it's been going on for a little bit, and we're ready to actually step onto the field and show what we've got.
Which you'll have the opportunity. You've been practicing a bunch. I was going to ask you when you were sick of your teammates. It sounds like that's now, where you enjoy being around them, but you got to play somebody else, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's only so much of tackling your teammates you can do until it gets a bit old. You look forward to getting some different meat.
So what can we expect as not just the leader of the forward pack, because I feel like we've got a really solid, tight group of forwards, even with the holes that were left in that tight 5. Talk about what you're expecting from this team as we look into the new season.
Yeah, look, I think just building off of last year's season, especially, getting a lot of game line ball in the forwards, so the backs out wide can play expansive. We've got some of the best attackers in the league and some of the biggest boys in the league as well. So, yeah, if we're really able to dend that line and have a solid set piece and a good foundation that we can just continue to build off during this season, look, I think that'll set us up really nice.
We're talking to Bailey Wilson, the captain of the Utah Warriors rugby team. Bailey, how's the motivation, the hunger of this group after last year? Because Shawn Pittman mentioned those guys are playing with they have a chip on their shoulder, after you guys were right there in semifinal.
Yeah, look, boys are super motivated, right? Like last season we came so close, and this year I think we just need to do better. We need to prove ourselves that we can do better than what we did last year. And I think, we're not far off it. We just got to polish a few things up and keep working on those details. And yeah, I'm really excited for this season to come.
So a lot of new faces and a lot of exciting faces around the pitch, some guys that you're going to spend a lot of time with in that forward pack. Who have you connected with the most, and who do you think has fit in the quickest from some of these new guys here on the Utah Warriors?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think all the boys have fit in really well. Look, Jamie, he's slotted in really quite nicely here at second row. He's fitting in really well. So is Caleb. I mean, he's part of our leadership group now. He's been giving us great knowledge around at training sessions, and yeah, he's just all the lads are just great bunch of guys to be around.
It's going to be exciting to see the injection of new guys, right? Talk to us about scrum half, because certainly that position is going to be fun with Niall and Jone fitting into the mix as two new guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table. I mean, Niall's been here for a couple of days now. He's electric, right? Like Pitt said, his class. He's come from a great club. He's fun to be around off the field and on the field. So, yeah, look, I think things might change a bit with the style of play that each of these scrum halves have, but I think it's going to be exciting to see what they can bring to the team.
And I got to shout out Danny, of course. Danny's old reliable, baby.
Of course.
He'll take you wherever you need to go.
He's one man that you can put trust in, for sure.
Shouts out to DC, man. All right. So with the addition of Caleb now, the hair status on this team continues to be elevated. And I notice you've got a little something extra going in yours there on the backside. You give us a turn. Give us a turn,
sure.
Bales.
Yeah. Just,
Nice.
growing a little mullet. It's funny, actually. A lot of the back rowers on the team growing mullets now. So kind of got a little bit of a competition going between ourselves. Mike Gieselman's got a great mullet going on. And, there's a few boys that you'll probably expect to see a few more mullets coming around during the season.
Okay. I like it.
I'm proud of you guys. I really am. Man. I'm so proud of you for that.
What's it going to be like in March, April, May, June when you win the ship? I mean, this is going to be fun. Okay, what did you work on in the off season individually?
Yeah, look, first of all, a big work on for me was just gaining weight. Just being one of the lighter forwards. I really wanted to try and put some more muscle on. So I've been eating a lot, spending a lot of time in the gym during the off season. I've happily gained a few more kilograms, which is hopefully going to help me on the field this year. Just trying to keep the skills, the fundamentals up. Also studying rugby as well, watching a lot of film and watching where things, went well last year and where things didn't go so well. So just a lot of review, critiquing, and time spent in the gym.
So when we talk about at the gym and we ask Coach Pittman the same question, who really pushes you when you guys are in the weight room? There's a lot of meat going around in there, a lot of plates being stacked from a lot of these guys. I think I saw Lance Williams front squat like 5 plates on Instagram the other day. Who really pushes and motivates you when you guys are in the gym working hard?
Oh, there's a great gym culture. Everyone pushes each other. Like Matt, our SNC coach, is a great motivator. The boys really hype each other up, especially when we see those big heavy lifts come around. Like Chad just yesterday was squatting a ridiculous amount. It's nuts, actually. Yeah, it's crazy the strength in these boys.
Okay, for those who don't know, remind us of your story. Growing up in Australia, and then you've made Utah your home.
Yeah. So born in Australia, born in just west of Sydney. Lived there until I was about 12. Moved over to Florida for a year, played there, rugby union for a year, and then moved to Utah at the age of, I think it was 14 when I moved here. So attended Lone Peak High School just in Highland, Utah. Played for United Rugby Club there, and then transitioned from there to Utah Valley University, where I'm still currently studying, and played rugby there for a season, and then have moved on to the Warriors since that. So Utah's very much home for me now. So I've been here for I think about 8 years now. So it's definitely home.
Look, Bales, I'm super excited for the season. I know you are. I know you've got some work to do, man. Thanks for taking part of your night to be out here and be with us, man. I got nothing else for you. I'm pumped, Cap.
I'm stoked. Hopefully we can deliver a great brand of footy for you guys to enjoy.
And if you ever need us to do anything, you're the captain, so we will listen and do it, just so you know, okay?
Sounds good. Likewise.
Bailey Wilson, the captain of the Utah Warriors, joining us here on Dub Nation. Fantastic. Youngest captain in the league. What is it about him that last year caused him to be the youngest captain in the league, in your opinion? Thanks.
There's something about his presence. Some guys in the islands, they call it mana. It's that power, that mantle that you just kind of have about you. He's, for a young guy, he's played so much rugby. And he's not the most vocal guy. He's not, the most dynamic guy that you see, but he's always involved. I say this about only a few people. Bales is never the center of attention, but he's always the center of activity. He's the guy everybody wants to be around on and off the pitch. He's one of those magnetic personalities that, like I said, not the most dynamic, not the most flamboyant, but he's always the guy that is kind of that center point for everyone coming and going. And I think that's what's got the respect of the boys, and that he really builds and lifts everybody up and makes everybody around him better, like a great leader should.
I got to get on his Hawaii trips post-Christmas. I think he's done it 2 years in a row.
Class.
It looks nice.
Top
dude.
shelf.
Oh, man, that's some good stuff. By the way, I was just thinking about it. Shout out to our brothers and sisters in Tonga going through the tsunami and the volcano and everything. Oh, my gosh. They're going through hell right now. And shout out to everybody in Tonga and with everything they're going through. Hopefully everyone's okay down there.
Thoughts and prayers absolutely for everyone. There's still several people that I've played rugby with and people that I grew up with that I haven't heard from yet. But from what I understand, everyone is mostly safe and has been accounted for. Just communication out is a problem. But I know the relief is going in and the rebuilding and the cleaning has already started. So everyone in the Kingdom of Tonga, we're looking out for you guys.
Absolutely. And then was it a kid named Alfie who kind of got bullied that like everybody's rallied around?
So this was a big thing that just went up. A dad actually had to go online, and as a big kid, I was always that kid where parents were like, "Ooh, he's fat. He's going to hurt my little one. Is he old enough? Can we get a birth certificate check?" And some people online had bullied this young man in the UK, and the dad actually pulled the picture down because of all the mean things that people were saying. And this is the beautiful thing about the culture of our sport. So many big names have come out, including, the famous referee Nigel Owens, who said he'd come and ref one of Alfie's matches. The Beast Tendai from South Africa, the New Zealand All Blacks as a team reposted it out. There's so many players that have come out in support of this young man and built him up. There is a place for everyone of every shape, size, color, creed, nationality in rugby. You have a place, and that's what makes our game special, including you, Alfie. So if you see this, which you probably won't all the way over in the UK, we're in your corner as well, bud. I feel you. I was that kid. I know what it's like. Put your boots on and go have fun and enjoy the game.
Alfie, come hang out with us at Zions Bank Stadium, man. We'd love to have you. Okay, time for some news and notes. Congratulations to the Whitings. Calvin Whiting and his wife, Maddie, are pregnant with their first. So the newest member of Dub Nation's on the way, baby.
That's incredible. And another addition to this baby crew that we've got, this COVID baby crew of young warriors. There's been a baby boom here in Utah among the team. And congratulations to Calvin and his lovely wife with that new addition. I know they're really excited.
Ashley, we got a junior warrior on the way. Just go ahead and pencil down.
Pencil him in, Ash.
Put it in the spreadsheet for like 6 years from now. Okay, Rugby United New York is now going by Rugby New York. So I liked Rooney. I thought that was fun. We can still do that, I suppose, with the RU of rugby, but Rugby New York.
I think we're going to see some more of these subtle shifts as well. The logos, the graphics, the names, all of these things will continue to change for the next couple of years until it settles in, unless you're the Utah Warriors, because we're good at what we do and we've got it figured out, baby. We know what we look like and we know who we are, and we ain't changing for nobody.
Yep, exactly. Okay, and then a couple of news and notes from the Giltinis. Matt Gateau, Wallaby legend, is returning after we thought he was retiring. Nope, he's coming back. And then, the England Rugby Sevens captain, silver medalist Tom Mitchell signs with the Giltinis as well.
Some more incredible talent for an already deep pool there in LA, and pretty incredible to see names like that continue to sign and want to play in the MLR. I don't know what the spreadsheets look like in Los Angeles on the ledger, but I imagine it's very creative to get all those names to continue to sign with them there in Los Angeles. But it's exciting as a league to have names and players of that stature here with us in Major League Rugby.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Did I say that nice enough?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to get a call from somebody.
I know what we probably can't say, but it's just like,
yeah.
Are we playing on the same playing field?
Fine.
Here? Is that the
Stomp
same?
it and move on.
Did you add a zero there? Did you add 2 zeros there? Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we're weekly from now on, Wednesday nights, 6 Mountain Time, most of the time, unless we have some issue and we got to do another, whatever. That's what we're doing for the next gajillion weeks until the Utah Warriors win the Major League Championship Shield. And it's going to be awesome.
Manifest it into existence.
Yes.
Speak it. Will it into the world, Jarom Jordan.
Yes. And we want to mention our broadcast partners again because we're very excited about it, okay? You can watch matches on KMYU or KJazz in Utah. Of course, you can listen on ESPN 700 or 960. Depends on the week, right? Real Salt Lake games, whatever. And then KSLSports.com is streaming. And then if, Rugby Network's out there as well, which is exciting. So nobody else has a deal like this in the league. So this is very exciting. And join us this season wherever you can. Banksy and I will be on the radio. If it's not a national broadcast and it's home, we're calling the home matches. If it's on the road, it's those guys. But we're excited that in some form or fashion, TV and radio, every game you can watch or listen. And it starts February 6th.
There's some big, you can circle every single week on the schedule here if you're really looking at it, but it all starts week 1 on the 6th at San Diego. We're talking about 2022 Utah Warriors. It begins now. Look at those first 3 games. Legion, Seawolves, Gilgronis. You're talking about including the Utah Warriors minus, you're talking about the top 5 teams there, 4 or 5 teams if you include LA in the Western Conference in those teams right there, right at the start of the schedule. So some heavy weeks to open up the season with, but, weather the storm and get her done. I think the Dub Nation's got what it takes to make it happen in 2022.
And remember, it's a 3-team playoff in each conference this year. So 3 of the 7 in the West, 3 of the 6 in the East. Oh, look at Billy.
So the 1 seed gets the bye. The 2 and the 3 seeds will then move on. I think it's great with the expansion of the teams and the expansion of the playoff system. I think this just gives us a better chance to see more top-tier rugby.
Absolutely. Look forward to the bye week for the Warriors as they await the Guiltinis and TBD. That's our hope and our prayer. Okay, that'll do it for us. Like and share this episode of Dub Nation. Follow the Utah Warriors on social media. We are weekly, as we mentioned. We are very excited about it. For Shawn Pittman, Bailey Wilson, Billy the producer, who's just listening and pulling up graphics. Some planned, some not. And Banksy, I am Jarom Jordan. Go Warriors.